Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to Unexplored Skyrim. Today we're going to be checking out Arcwind Point, and this was recommended to me by Prized Chimp 1097. And I have to say thank you so much for recommending this location. This has been one of my favorite locations to actually play through, if not my most favorite location so far since I started Unexplored Skyrim. This location can be a little bit difficult to reach, however, so I will show you guys the two ways that you can access this location. There's only two paths to get to it, but it is totally worth checking out because there's a lot of high-leveled enemies here and just a very beautiful and very, Elder Scrolls aesthetic location. So let's check out Arcwind Point. So we're going to start our journey here near Autumnwatch Tower. This is also near Froki's Shack in the Rift. You can see the location here on the map. This is one of two paths that you can use to reach it. Now, real quick, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about Autumnwatch Tower because I don't know when else I'll really cover this location. I've already defeated the enemies here. I cleared it out God knows how long ago. But we can actually find a word wall here that contains a shout for marked for death. So not bad. Inside, as we make our way up the larger tower of the two towers, there will be a book on the ground. However, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't raise our level. And over on this barrel, there is a satchel that will contain random ingredients for alchemy. And as we reach the top of the tower, we can find the word wall, but as I said, I already collected the word from this location. There is also a leveled chest with random loot, so make sure to check it out, get whatever is inside that piques your interest. And from the top, we can get a very beautiful view of the surrounding area, and you can collect your word. But besides that, not much up here. And then as we move on to the smaller tower, there really isn't much of interest inside of it. On the bottom level, we do have a cooking pot, so if you wanted to cook or make your home here for whatever reason, you easily could. And there's also a leveled blacksmith potion on top of this bookshelf. That's probably the most interesting piece of loot inside of the smaller tower. At the top, we have some beds where you can rest. Now, I would recommend using a horse if you have one. It'll make your journey a lot faster. Now, at the bottom of Autumnwatch Tower, there's actually two paths. There's one that's really rocky that doesn't appear to really be a path, but it actually is. And the one on the left leads to Froki's Shack. So you don't want to go to Froki's Shack. Instead, you want to take this rocky path on the right and make your way up. As you make your way up, it becomes more clear that this is a path. As we make our way up, we'll find this little shrine. I guess that's what it is. And on this shrine, we will find some potions. I actually found some pretty decent potions along with a dead Draugr. So not bad, but not amazing either, but considering there's no enemies at this location, not a bad find. However, as soon as I started taking off again, I found some trolls. Two of them, in fact, that started chasing after me, and my horse ran in to attack them as well. Maybe I accidentally caught my horse in the crossfire, but he's alright, he's a beast, and I took out the frost trolls without much trouble. Now, if you're a lower level, of course, this might prove to be more difficult, so do be careful. And then over here, we have this burial mound where there is a dead Nord inside hugging this chest. Don't really know what he was thinking, but obviously he thought what was ever in this chest was worth dying for. However, he did in fact die for what appears to be a silver necklace. As we make our way further up, we can find a dragon burial mound. And inside, there is a Draugr Death Lord. However, it will be leveled, so if you're a higher level like me, yeah, the Draugr will be a higher level. If you're a lower level, it'll be a bit easier, of course. But for me, he was pretty easy to kill because I just Fusro-dawed him into the wall after he tried to Fusro-daw me. And it was pretty simple fight. Now after this fight, you will find the main complex for Arcwind Point, which is a kind of dungeon, but it resembles more of a temple than like a dungeon. But it is very beautiful, and the area surrounding it is actually quite vast, despite its hidden location. I made my way down in the most awkward way possible with my horse, and I wasn't really listening to the music, so little did I realize what was about to happen. A legendary dragon just fell down right in front of me. It was freaking awesome, and I was actually shocked. And I actually switched to my one-handed weapons because I have 100 skill and one-handed weapons on this character. So that would be my best method to kill a legendary dragon. A legendary dragon, even despite my good weapons and armor, actually kind of scares the crap out of me. I used my Dragon Rend shout on him in order to make him not fly anymore, and then I was able to kill him. Now, it's also worth noting there's a lot of skeletons in this area, and while I was fighting the dragon, my horse went to go take care of the skeletons, so we worked pretty damn good together as a team, killing the legendary dragon, and you can see my horse in the background fighting off the skeletons. Now, after I collected the soul, I headed towards the center of this temple, and I found a dragon priest. Now, according to the wiki, this enemy here will be leveled, so sometimes it could be a draugr, sometimes it might be a dragon priest. So, whatever it is, just kill it, and then you can loot its body. For me, it had a lot of gold on it, which is pretty darn good. And then there's two paths, one to the north and one to the west. So, if you take the western path, you will find a word wall for the shout, health, drain, vitality. Now, it's worth mentioning that you have to have the Dawnguard DLC for this word wall to be here. If you don't have the DLC, there will be no word wall. And then you can admire the structure of the temple like I was. I just thought it was very beautiful. Heading up north, we have a very long staircase to the top of this mountain. There is a trap at the top, so be careful. This draugr accidentally activated the trap, but it unfortunately missed him. I was really hoping it was going to hit him. Anyways, kill the draugr, and then do not use the trap, or activate the trap, of course, and we can head to the other side of this small building. Now, on the other side, you can find a gigantic cliff that would take you down to the rift. Obviously, we don't want to jump off. There's also what appears to be some small statues or some small graves on the other side of this building. Don't really know what these are or what they're for, but they kind of look like graves, perhaps. And then next to us is actually a small tower that brings us to a very high point. According to the wiki, this is one of the highest points in Skyrim, so pretty cool. And I didn't actually realize there was a tower until I got shouted out by a draugr, and I was like, oh, there's a huge freaking tower over here. And so I made my way up, killing these Death Lords. Now, this Death Lord was pretty easy because I was able to Fusrodaw him into a corner, and he was pretty much, not able to do anything. However, the next Death Lord Fusrodawed me off the edge here. Thankfully, he Fusrodawed me off the edge near the mountain. If he Fusrodawed me off the other edge, I might have actually died, which is, pretty impressive for him. But then I killed him, and his body went flying off the cliff instead. So, haha! After that, we can make our way up the tower. Now, within the inside of the tower, there is no loot. However, at the top, we can find a leveled chest that'll have random loot inside of it. And at the very tippy top, we can find a skill book, which will enhance our restoration skill by 1. So, not bad at all. And there's also a dead skeleton at the top. This poor soul probably died quite some time ago. And after that, you can just admire the view of the Rift and Skyrim. Very, very beautiful from up here. Now, also from here on the map, I wanted to see where the other path leads. So here you can actually see the location of Arcwind Point on the map, and then there's another path around here somewhere, so I decided to head north and follow this path to see where it goes. So we'll speed it up here so you don't have to watch me just riding a horse for so long. And it comes out over here, and yeah, pretty beautiful area, and this path is a lot easier to access in my opinion. Now, as I came down, I was really shocked to find these dead Stormcloak soldiers and these dead Imperial soldiers. And I thought I was getting attacked by a Stormcloak because I did side with the Imperials on this character. However, it was just a Scavenger, and then I Fusrodawed his head into a tree and killed him. So that was pretty freaking epic in my opinion. Now, in case you guys want to use the other entrance, which is just southeast of Ivarstead, you need to go to the Rift Imperial Camp or heading over to the ruins of Bethalft. So either of these locations will allow you easier access to Arcwind Point, at least in my opinion. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Unexplored Skyrim. This location was freaking awesome. I had so much fun, especially with the way that dragon came down. It was just so freaking cool. If you guys have any more recommendations for Unexplored Skyrim, please drop them in the comments section below. And, as always, until next time.